Yes, I get that a lot too, but just because of my hair, people mix me up with Hispanic people. Because all the countries I have visited and the community that I come from is very tight. They communicate, they are there for each other, and this country provides with a lot of independence. The weather was a huge shock for me. I didn't know how to drive in this. Go back, find out, listen to what the other person has to say. Listening is a big skill that anyone can have. When you listen more, you will understand more. And when you speak less, more information will come to you. And so is Tanzania. Tanzania has the wonder of the world, Serengeti National Park. It has the Mount Kilimanjaro. Mount Meru has the Big Five, which is lion, elephant, cheetah, rhino, and leopards.
Welcome to our YouTube channel again, Rwanda Abroad. Today we have a special edition. We are going to talk to Kavira. She's from Tanzania, but she lives here in Indiana in the United States of America. Kavira, welcome. If people say introduce yourself, how will you say who's Kavira?
Hi, my name is Kavira Patel, and I am 100% Tanzanian. I have been living in the United States, and I have been in United States for long enough, too old. But I love my culture and my background, my African community, and I love to serve them in all and the best ways that I possibly can. Plus, I speak Swahili too, very fluently.
Swahili, hamjambo.
Hatujambo kabisa.
Mambo ya Tanzania, unaongea na watu wa Tanzania?
Ndio, naongea na watu wa Tanzania kabisa. Ninawapenda wa Tanzania. Tanzania ni nchi nzuri sana. Overall, Africa ni nchi nzuri sana.
You know, when people ask me, because I'm from Africa, people ask me, where do you recommend people to go to visit in Africa? So I always say 3 countries. I say Egypt for me because of the pyramids. I feel like that's one of the landmarks to see in Africa. Then my country, because that's the fastest growing economy. That's the greenest country, the beautiful city in Africa. But also Zanzibar. I don't know, it's somehow an island of Tanzania, but kind of connected. So Zanzibar, I feel like that's heaven on earth. That's a beautiful place.
Yes, Zanzibar is absolutely beautiful. Every time I visit Tanzania, which I visit Tanzania every year, I must go to Zanzibar. Zanzibar is very, very beautiful, and so is Tanzania. Tanzania has the wonder of the world, Serengeti National Park. It has the Mount Kilimanjaro. Mount Meru has the Big Five, which is lion, elephant, cheetah, rhino, and leopards. So it is a very beautiful country to visit. Namibia is also another fantastic African country to visit, and so is Ethiopia. People have a really bad misconception of Ethiopia, but Ethiopia has very deep culture and very beautiful culture too.
So have you met someone and say you are Indian? Someone probably meeting and they thought you are Indian?
A lot of people think I am Hispanic. A lot of people think I am Hispanic, but then I tell them I'm not Hispanic. I am 100% Indian, but born and brought up in Africa, 4th generation, and I'm very proud of that.
Right. I would never think you was Hispanic, but yeah, that's true. If you see you, you can say you're Hispanic, but I can say you're African too. If I see you, I might say you are Black African.
Yes, I get that a lot too, but just because of my hair, people mix me up with Hispanic people.
So nothing with Hispanic, no?
No Hispanic culture at all. No background of Hispanic at all.
Habla español?
Nope, no español, no español.
Okay. So tell me, so many Africans, they come to America and they get confused. What do I do? How do I start my career? Like me, I was a journalist, but when I came to America, I started doing some other jobs I never thought about. People tell me that's how we do it. You drive a truck, that's how we do it. Everybody's driving a truck, you have to drive a truck. How do you get to know or choose your career as an African or as an immigrant?
So, yes, it's very true. When we all migrate, we want to latch to our friends because they're from the same community, they're from the same culture. So let's latch onto them to find out what is out there, or what can I do out there, or what is the biggest dollar making thing, or what is the biggest investment that we can do. Yes, networking is very important when you're a new immigrant, but my biggest suggestion would be believe in yourself and your abilities. You always have to believe in yourself and your abilities. And the US offers incredible opportunities, but success only comes from hard work and persistence. So if you come to a new country and if you've not failed a couple times, you will not know what is the best opportunity. In order to grab the best opportunity and to find out what is your best career is by failing first and then finding out what works for you, what doesn't work. But hard work, showing up for yourself, not for others. Be consistent for yourself, not for others. This applies to anything that we work on, to jobs, to being an entrepreneur, to being an investor, to finding a new career, maneuvering how the world works, how the United States work, is just to be consistent. And another thing is never be afraid to ask questions. When we come from Africa, we always feel we have a thick accent and we have a language barrier. So we always, a lot of times, we feel intimidated by other people who are fluent speaking English, but here we are, we have a thick accent, so we hold back. Please do not ever hold back. Ask questions, be open, be transparent, and that learning, be open to learning. That will help fast track your growth. And most importantly is stay true to your values and dream big. Don't afraid to dream big and you'll be like, oh no, they could achieve this. I cannot achieve this because I have very limited possibilities or availabilities or, mental capacity, emotional capacity, physical capacity, or spiritual capacity. Believe in yourself and always stay true to your values. Another thing I would say, the unique background is going to bring a lot of strength, and it is going to, when you start communicating and networking, it's going to bring a lot of meaning to the community. When I can just give you an example really quick, and I can tell you from a real estate background, just because I talk good, just because I'm fluent in English, just because I have all this knowledge, and then I approach somebody from Africa who has language barrier, who has limited resources, they always feel like, oh no, she has achieved this, she has achieved that. I cannot do this, I cannot do that. No, if you believe in yourself, that is when you will see that how much you can learn and grow and fast track your connections and your network. And maybe someday you will be where they are and you'll be like, you were my inspiration. Right. When you go ahead and look back. So it will be very meaningful and it will impact a lot of your life. So just networking, please. Don't be afraid. Language barriers, skin color, or knowing somebody who is higher than you. Just network. Just network. Be true to yourself. Be true to your values. And just show up for yourself, not for anybody else.
Yeah. Thank you for the inspiration, because that's who we are. We are different from Americans. If you come here in America and you behave like Americans, then what will be the difference?
you lose your value.
Yes,
you lose your culture. It's like me coming to United States and be like, I forgot to speak Swahili. But there's value into speaking Swahili. There's value into eating African food. Or you say, oh yeah, we used to do that. We used to use that medicine in Africa, but this is America. We don't use that medicine. You know, we go to the pharmacy, we go to the doctor prescribes us, and that's the medication we use. But little do you know, maybe that traditional medicine is going to work so much more than the pharmaceutical medicine. This is just examples I'm throwing out there. Everything applies to everything when we come. I have so many people out there asking me, where are you from? And I say, I'm from Africa. So the first question in their mind is, do you live under the trees with monkeys? And it's my job, because they are naive. They are ignorant about the culture. But when I sit down and provide education to them and enlighten them about the culture, how beautiful the country is, they only know what they see on television. They don't know what reality is. When you educate them, they're like, oh my gosh, this is so beautiful. And after 2 years, they come back to you and they're like, guess where I went? I was at Zanzibar, or I was at the national parks. I went to Namibia or Rwanda. And it's very wonderful. It's all about education. You just have to educate your people and not feel ashamed when somebody says, oh, you're different. You have a thick accent. So what? Maybe we can communicate better.
That's true. Actual Americans don't say like, oh, you have a thick accent. They are willing to know about you, willing to ask. I think that's what I realized.
Yes.
So tell me, how did you go into real estate? How did you start going into a different career from what your friends were doing?
So basically, what inspired me to be in the real estate is the endless opportunities that real estate has for growth and innovation, which deeply resonated with me because my family comes from an investment background. And I was inspired by the idea of helping individuals and families achieve their American dreams. And the first American dream for every immigrant in this country is being a first-time home buyer. My journey has been very rewarding, and of course, like I said, it's been very challenging too. But building relationships with clients from all walks of life, it has taught me a lot. And being a trusted advisor in this competitive market is very important, because when you advise and direct to the right direction your own people, that's when they feel that they can trust you deeply. And before you know, they're first-time home buyers and there's tears in their eyes, and they never think that they could ever be able to have a home in the United States, because they were always afraid by limited resources.
So your clientele is Africans, Americans. How did you work with so many people with different backgrounds?
I have all kinds of clientele. I have from the poorest clientele to the richest clientele. I've helped homeless people also get a home. I have done foreclosures, people being afraid that their house is going to be taken away from them. They have no place to live. I have rescued those people and made their dreams come true. So a variety of people, a variety of clients that I have worked with. It's an incredible journey.
How did you study? How did the idea come from? Tell us your first experience. How did you get it?
So I got into that, I transitioned into real estate after working in fields where I developed good network and strong interpersonal, connections. And when I heard and I listened to these people's stories and listened to what they have to offer and go back and think about it, and I'm like, I could help these people. Only if I could get to the right resources, I could help these people. So coming from all those different fields, connecting and building that strong network and knowing the needs and the wants of my clients is what made me get into real estate. And real estate it's not only about clients, or it's not only about achievement, but it's about trusting. It's about building relationships from different people who come from different backgrounds, different culture, different ethnicities. Sometimes you have to understand that, okay, there's a family setting, but maybe the female is taking authoritative position, or maybe the male is taking authoritative position, or maybe they have a daughter who's being a translator of the documents or the information to the parents. A lot of different things happen in real estate, and it's absolutely rewarding to see how I am successfully able to help people achieve their dreams, properties, and create lasting legacies.
So do you work with companies or you work by yourself?
So every realtor in the United States is an independent contractor. All we have to do is we have to register our license to a brokerage and be able to register our license to another brokerage. So that brokerage makes sure that every independent contractor is following the laws, the rules, and the regulations that are required by the United States as a realtor. Because real estate is a lot about zoning, about laws, about regulations, housing needs. Where can you have commercial property? Where can you have industrial property? Where can you have only housing? Or where can you have, let's say, you want to build a salon. So does your property allow you to build a salon in this building? A lot of laws, rules, regulations needs to be followed.
Resolved is a Christian-based business company dedicated to helping students pursue their studies abroad, especially in Canada, the United States, Australia, and the United Kingdom.
Okay. So did you live in Africa? Have you traveled a lot? What was your culture shock from coming from Africa to America?
So I was born and brought up in Africa. I did my high school in Africa. I did my MBA. And I definitely did travel a lot. And I was in Dubai, and then I went to India, and I went to high school. Partial high school was in England. It is very, very rewarding. So coming to United States was not a huge culture shock, but it was definitely a shock that how different cultures, same ethnicity or same backgrounds, but different culture and different country works. So that was a huge shock for me. And it was very independent, because all the countries I have visited and the community that I come from is very tight. They communicate, they are there for each other, and this country provides with a lot of independence. And that was also a huge adjustment for me to do.
So for you, the snow, the summer, it wasn't your first time?
The weather was a huge shock for me. I didn't know how to drive in the snow, because Africa, we don't have snow. It's fun time all the time. You go camping, you go swimming all the time. It's summertime, but came here, it was a huge shock. Winter was a huge shock, and of course got into a couple accidents, as I learned, and suffered a couple losses, and you just grow and you use that as a stepping stone, and you grow up and you charm, but you don't dwell into the past, because past is something you don't have. Future is something you don't have either. Present is all you have. So just living in the present moment and having fun with life is what takes you forward, and just believing in yourself. Mindset is all what matters into any career, any transition, any entrepreneurship, any job. Just a mindset is a victory.
Okay, so I know you like African food so much.
Yes, I do.
Like chapati,
ugali, marage,
yeah.
mchicha.
Those are beans. Yeah.
Yes, mchicha, spinach. It's my favorite.
Okay, so what do you like Africa? I know people like food from Africa. Africans, they are African food. But what do you like about America? What do you think is special for America that people, if they leave America, might miss from America?
It would probably be mac and cheese. I love the stuffing from Thanksgiving dinner. That is always my favorite. Mac and cheese, sometimes here and there I crave it. But I think that's about it. And I think that's just most of the staple foods that, especially the Thanksgiving dinner. That big dinner is what just always gets me. Puts on a few pounds and here I am, okay, trying to resize my clothes.
Yeah. Okay. So, and America has opportunities too. So probably also the opportunity is a good thing for America to Africans. I don't know if you have an advice for Africans to keep focusing on their dreams and embrace the Americans' culture, embrace like the take the good thing from America and also mix with what we have from Africa, the good thing from Africa. Yeah.
So I just want to share a couple things that we as African people, we should not hold it back has to any misconceptions or any career blockage or any trying to find resources not to block ourselves is believe in yourself. One, when you believe in yourself, you can achieve anything. Trust yourself, put trust into others. If they fail you, take that as a stepping stone. Transparency. And then hard work. Don't be afraid of hard work at all. And asking questions regardless of your language barrier. Those things and showing up for yourself. Those are a few most important things that you can have to be able to maneuver and understand the right career. I know it's very easy and very very comfortable to just be within our own community, knowing our own people and knowing that, these are my own people and this is how I'm going to go about, and I love my people and I'm going to listen what they say because they were able to achieve and I'm seeing results. Trust in the process and also do your own research. Don't just trust in the word of mouth information. Do your own research. Go back, find out, listen to what the other person has to say. Listening is a big skill that anyone can have. When you listen more, you will understand more. And when you speak less, more information will come to you.
Right. Do you have any motivational speaker you listen to or any?
Yes, I listen to Katie Byron. I listen to Katie Byron a lot and I read a lot of books. One very good book I would recommend for everybody to read is Rich Dad, Poor Dad. That is a very good book that anyone at any time, I myself have read that book 7 times and I still reference back to that book over and over again.
Yeah, I think that's a great book. I read it too.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's one of the fantastic books that I read. I listen to Byron Katie a lot of times, and the reason I listen to her is Oprah Winfrey, very good. Ellen DeGeneres, she has her jokes in a sarcastic way, which I absolutely love it because it's full of information. Her jokes is with information. It's not just the jokes. Oprah Winfrey, very good advice. She always has very positive advices, and she will also tell you, don't be afraid of failure. If you fail once, you fail twice, you fail thrice, guess what? there's always going to come a time that you will succeed. Because failure is where the growth is. When you go to your uncomfortable zone, from comfortable zone, that's when growth is going to start. But if you keep becoming comfortable, you won't be able to grow because you're too comfortable there.
Right. Okay. Thank you for the advice, and that's good motivation too. I like Tony Robbins. I don't know if you know them. I like Eric Thomas. I don't know if you know them.
Yes.
I like Les Brown. Those are motivation speakers.
Yes.
And really, we need to do our homework and also strive for our. People come to America and they forget where they come from and they forget what America has to offer. America has everything, and I appreciate you being an example to dive in your career, studying like being real estate, a realtor. That's a hard word for me, but being a realtor, that's good. At studying your own path and do it and make it happen.
Yes.
Imagine if you sell a house of 5 million. That's a good.
Yes, it takes a lot of work, a lot of dedication, a lot of research. Sometimes you don't have all the information, and real estate is a very critical part of our country. And once you own a real estate, and if you don't have all the correct information, you can drown a person, or you can make the person rise above. Sometimes the client doesn't know anything. They're just relying for information from you. Now you, as a realtor, and I have to be the person that to know, hey, if this happens, what can we do? If that happens, what can we do? Is this a flood zone? Is this a this zone? Is this a that zone? It is our job as realtors to educate ourselves and to understand how this all information works. People just want to buy and sell. They don't care about the information, but it's as a realtor, it's my job to educate those people that how this part is going to work for you, or how this investment is going to work for you.
Okay. And how can people get in touch with you if they want to buy a house or sell a house? Probably Africans, Americans, anybody who might be interested in getting in touch with you.
Absolutely. The best way to reach to me is via phone or email. I'm available 24/7 via my cell phone, which is 574-387-9959. You can reach to me directly, and I'm also active on social media platforms like Facebook, where I share updates and advice and tips about real estate. Feel free to contact me to get any insights for real estate and how to make your real estate dream come true. And I provide free consultations, free current market analysis to any of my clients, and I educate them for lending processes too. So feel free to reach out to me and be like, hey Kavita, I'm thinking about buying a house maybe 6 months down the line, maybe 3 months down the line, maybe 8 months down the line, or maybe next year. Any information is helpful, and it's a free consultation. So please feel free to reach out.
Okay, Kavita. Thank you for the interview. I appreciate the insights for Africans and the inspiration you gave to the audience.
Thank you. Thank you very much for having me. I appreciate your time and giving me this opportunity. Thank you. Kwaheri.
Kwaheri. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Secure your visa first and pay later with ease. Limited time offer. Don't miss out on hassle-free visa processing. Pay after you get a visa. Unlock your dreams with Pay After Visa promotion. Visit our website today on www.resolved-ltd.com. Then you pay after you get a visa.